What you just saw was a stopwatch starting. It is now counting up, and when it reaches 23 hours, 59 minutes, and 59 seconds, I will have written, filmed, edited, and rendered a quality YouTube video. Or so I hope. I really enjoyed making my last video, and I'm pretty proud of the final result. The only issue is that it took me nearly 3 weeks to fully finish it. Now, some of the time was spent in little chunks, and some of it was spent learning how to get specific effects that I wanted to work inside my editing software. My goal is to try and put out 1 video a week, but if my turnaround time remains the same, that is literally impossible. So my goal is to see if I can create something of similar quality in under 24 hours. Here are the rules. The video must be scripted, filmed, edited, and rendered before the time limit runs out. No matter what state the video is in when the time limit is reached, I have to upload it. The time doesn't include uploading the video because internet is sporadic and not always in my control. All right, I've wasted enough time. Let's get started. The first thing I'm gonna do is go for a walk. I know, going for a walk when I have such limited time seems like a waste. It may be, but I find that my creative juices flow a lot better after being outside and somewhat active for a small bit of time. I've been challenging myself to walk a mile a day, and it has already started to impact how clearly I think afterwards. I work on a computer, game, edit videos, watch YouTube, but rarely take the time to be a little active and breathe some fresh air. So I'm gonna walk for around 30 minutes and just over a mile. Enjoy this bit of peace. Honestly, making videos can be a tedious task if you let it become that, but it can also be something to enjoy. The creative process of making something from start to finish is extremely fulfilling. There is no other feeling quite like it. So go outside, let the juices flow. You know what I mean. I'm going to get started on script writing. When this time lapse ends, I will have completed the 1 hour I allocated to writing. I would like to save as much time for editing the thumbnail and video as possible, but it doesn't mean I'm going to skimp on the writing. This is the reason I went on that walk. I needed my brain ready to speed write as efficiently as possible for the next hour. You don't always have to write a script for your YouTube videos, but I find it much easier to have something to reference while on camera, especially for more informational videos. It also provides a really easy way to lay out all of my chaotic ideas for the video into an orderly series of events. Whoops, looks like time's up. Hopefully he's finished writing. Next up is gonna be thumbnail editing. I'd like to save as much time for editing the thumbnail and video as possible. I always try to edit my thumbnail before starting on the video because it gives me a source of truth for what the feel of the video should be and what it promises to someone who clicks it. It reminds me that I need to deliver on what is promised. I also find it much easier to edit thumbnails before I'm burnt out on editing videos. So let's get started with a few headshots, a couple of eye-catching graphics, some text, and voila! We have a thumbnail. And it's only... Oh my! We need to get filming now! The art of filming. Or more so, the art of filming oneself doing goofy poses in embarrassing scenes. But that's fine. We're YouTubers. We don't feel embarrassment. Some people write a script and put together a shot list, but I generally just write a dynamic script with certain shots detailed in it. The rest I kind of come up with on the spot. I make sure to shoot as much B-roll footage as I can and fill the gaps with artificial B-roll like graphics and animations. I like having some room for creativity when it comes to shooting, but I also need to make sure I don't spend too long on it or stray too far from the original idea. Is he using a green screen? Dude, you only have to finish the video. Do you really want to spend time keying this? Whatever. Your funeral. And that's a wrap. Let's move on to our most favoritist part of the process, editing. I know that a lot of people don't enjoy the editing process, and there definitely are times I like it less, but overall, I really do enjoy it. For my day job, I'm a software engineer, so I really enjoy technical challenges and overcoming them. That's what editing generally feels like to me. There are times I get extremely frustrated that the software isn't doing what I want it to, or I have to manually keyframe an animation, or I realize that some of the footage I shot is unusable, but ultimately, all the little steps and bumps along the way lead to a final product that I enjoy watching and am hopefully proud of. The most time-consuming part of editing for me is slicing up footage to cut out the bits I don't want and any dead space between cuts. This usually takes me hours, so I'm hoping that I can get it done much quicker. You know, since I only have a few hours left to finish this video and don't want to upload a half-baked video and be embarrassed for all eternity and roasted by my viewers and permanently banned for uploading terrible content and cry in the shower because all my hopes and dreams of making quality content are now flushed down the toilet, I may have some unresolved issues I need to look into. But not right now! We are on a tight schedule! Once all the footage, and I do mean all of the footage, is chopped up exactly how I want it, I move on to adding what I call the toppings. This is all those fun motion graphics, transitions, zooms, memes, and sound effects that make the video actually entertaining. Time to sprinkle as many toppings throughout the rest of the video as we have time for. Luckily, I spent some time when I first started editing again, making common animated text and transitions into presets for myself, so adding those is a breeze. Alright, it may not be perfect, but we don't have time for perfectionism. It's time to render. Here's to hoping we didn't misjudge the time it would take to render. Luckily, we don't have to worry too much about that because we are using DaVinci Resolve and not... And there it is. The video is edited and rendered. Time to watch it all the way through to make sure we didn't make any critical errors. We made it. We actually made it. I'm not gonna lie, going into this, I didn't fully expect to actually finish this video. It just goes to show that if you give yourself a time limit to get something done, and you truly care about getting that thing done, you will. We spend so much time on the little things that don't really matter when it comes down to it. This challenge really put that into perspective for me, and it was refreshing to have to prioritize more than I did with my last video. If you want to see the video that took me nearly 3 weeks to make, it'll be suggested at the end of this video. Is the video I made today in 24 hours perfect? No. Is there a lot about it that I would change if I had more time? Probably. But the real question is it a quality video? Is it entertaining? I really hope so, but I'll let you be the judge, given you just watched it. Have a good one.